Okay, so we're back for more of these Fate Grand Order. Heading on to the Lostbelt 6.5, Traum. After such a heavily fight against these Lostbelt 6, Avalon Lefay. Pretty good journey, but very, very tough fight from last time. It was like, especially the Sonano was the worst one. And yeah, pretty enjoyable and very, very, I would say about 4 out of 5 for the extreme difficulty level for that Avalon Lefay. So, heading into the Lostbelt 6.5 Traum, Realm of the Thanatos Impulse. Anyway, let's not waste any time and jump right into it. Prologue, or a study of the perfect human. Thoughts on what constitutes a perfect human? I mean, okay, but that's kinda vague, isn't it? For a start, we have to agree on a definition for perfect before we could even discuss this. An excellent point. Then allow me to take the first crack at it. A perfect human is one who makes no mistakes. Let us set aside matters like overcoming hardships and making the impossible possible. We may then define a perfect person simply as one who makes no errors in judgment. Okay, works for me. Even the most amazing geniuses or superhumans inevitably make errors in judgment. In fact, you could argue that the mark of a skilled, intelligent human being is their ability to resolve matters in spite of any oversights or mistakes they may make. But that wouldn't be perfect. Perfection is when you don't have any mistakes to make up for it in the first place. Even if a person is average in every other regard, if their decisions are always correct, their actions, and by extension, the person who performed them, will be perfect. So by that definition, that would make someone who never overlooks anything a perfect human. But the moment they do overlook something, however small, they are no longer perfect. Is that what you mean, Scion? Yes, that sounds right. It is a shame that a single careless mistake is all it takes to knock someone off the pedestal of perfection. However, were we to use your definition, Da Vinci, we would face a paradox. If a problem can be overlooked by a so-called perfect human, then that problem is more perfect than the human. Assuming it's equal to the task of deceiving a perfect human who never makes a wrong decision anyway. Oh, but in that case, maybe it's a situation where it only seems like someone made a mistake. But in reality, they simply chose to overlook the problem. In other words, a case where the perfect human deliberately overlooked the problem in order to be perfect. The problem in this case shouldn't be solved at all. In that case, overlooking the problem would be the correct choice. The perfect choice for our purposes. But at that point, I guess we're just arguing semantics, huh? Are you done with the side chatter? The Stormborder will be leaving the Arctic Circle soon. You two aren't just passengers. You're our technical and special advisors. It's your duty to make regular status reports, even if they don't have much new. Whoops, my bad. You're right, Captain. We did, in fact, originally come to give you a report. Then allow me to explain Novum Chaldea's current situation and our next steps. It has been several days since the British Lostbelt vanished. We've successfully brokered a peace with the immature beast Koyenskaya. However, immediately following this, we were attacked by the foreign god and lost our temporary base in the Wandering Sea. Fortunately, all of Novum Chaldea's staff managed to escape to the Stormborder. We struck back at foreign god. That is, Olga Marie with the same gravitational destruction she used on the Wandering Sea, confusing her long enough to... Well, I would like to believe that her not coming after us means our plan was successful. Unfortunately, she is so far beyond what we would consider normal that it is impossible to be certain. At any rate, both Spirotron calculation engine transmitters 2 and near future observation lens Shiba have been brought aboard the storm border. It now serves as Chaldea's flying base of operations. That is the situation in which we now find ourselves. Now that we have escaped Uoga Marie, we are currently using Transmitters 2's prognostications to move between different safe zones. Despite encountering our share of difficulties at our various stops, we continue our flight even as we speak. Yep, we've been crisscrossing the Eurasian continent east and west. Of course, we occasionally touch down to convert the few remaining buildings into spiritrons and stock up on the resources. We ended up hiding out in the Arctic Circle for a pretty long time. Unsurprisingly, it was freezing there. I can't say I cared for that. I'm not built for cold. Oops! I had a feeling you might have been freezing there. Sorry about that, Captain. I hope you can give us a break on that. Transmitters 2 suggested it was the safest place to lay low. I know, and it worked, since the foreign guard hasn't attacked us here. But things changed yesterday. Right, Captain? We're just about done weaponizing the essence of the sacred sword we obtained in the British Lostbelt. All that's left now is to simulate a few necessary tests. So Commander Gordoff, our administrative advisor, Holmes, me, as the technical advisor, and the rest of Chaldea's staff have all agreed it's time to leave the Arctic behind. Our next destination is the foreign guard's base, South America. That's where we'll have our final showdown. At long last, we're passing through North America to the final Lostbelt. Yup, I just got a look on the Sacred Sword Arminen's official name too. The whole Nemo series thinks it's great, myself included. Right? It's admittedly a little hyperbolic, but that's just part of its charm. Anomaly detected. Anomaly detected. Errors in Transmitters 2's prognostications and Shiba's near-future observations recorded. New, undocumented obstacle in Northern Chaldea's plan to defeat the foreign guard detected. Steep decline in proper human history verification levels on this bleached Earth confirmed. Future threatening interference with the past confirmed. All Chaldea staff, prepare for ray shift sequence. Shiba's observations indicate this massive singularity. Maybe the single greatest direct attack on human history. My only friend is the coffin maker. Right. What's going on? Thinking out loud. Redacted can't understand redacted. Are they alive? Are they dead? Are they standing? Sitting? Do they care for anything? Wish for anything? Pray for anything? They understand nothing. They know neither suffering nor joy. They have no concerns, but also no relief. Only hunches and chills tell them the end is coming. And so they die out here. Miserably. Meaninglessly. But something buried inside them kept them alive for just a little longer. So please, try to remain human as you should, till the very end. Turn not to prayer, but to song. It is all Redacted can do. Redacted the redacted. Thinking out loud. Yes, that's right. I must be a traitor. I've betrayed both proper human history and sincerity. It must be my incompetence. Or maybe It is how capable I am. At last, the day my sins, my evil deeds, and my duties all come to an end shall arrive. Here, beneath Ranjabat Falls. So, here's what you need to know about this massive singularity. The era is somewhat unstable, but we do know that it is sometime after AD 1700, within a margin of at least 100 years. The location is presently unclear as well, but based on the vegetation we have discovered, we can rule out the Far East Africa and Europe. Our best guess is that we are somewhere in America. The magical energy levels are not as high as in the Age of Gods, but we are seeing tremendous fluctuations in the readings. The magical energy ripples are so numerous that it is like observing a pond on a rainy day. Frankly, it leaves me thinking anti-army noble phantasm might be popping off like fireworks in the singularity. And then, there is its foundation of humanity rating. Error. Error? Not the EX rank that signifies non-standard values? Correct. It does not even register as non-standard. It's like nothing we've ever seen. Generally speaking, the smallest of the many singularities are rated at E-. Any lower than that, and they wouldn't qualify as singularities. Maybe it's just a bug in the system? I hope so. Either way, I will continue to monitor both the rating and the singularity as the situation develops. But the point stands that at the moment, we have many questions and precious few answers. Then we're essentially in the dark. Which means we won't know more until we go there. I hate to just fly by the seat of our pants, but I don't see that we have a choice. Fortunately, Holmes is one of the servants best qualified for this particular ratio. Once you get there, I am sure you will be able to get to the heart of the mystery in no time. Right, Holmes? It's quite a responsibility, but you may rest assured that I am up to the task. Uncovering the truth is the very essence of a detective's calling. Glad to have your Baritsu on board. How very welcoming of you. That's all you have to say about the singularity, yeah? Then I'll take it from here. You'll have one other servant accompanying you on this mission. Though I'm sorry to say, it won't be MASH. Right. I'm afraid the Ortonax is still undergoing maintenance. In my capacity as technical advisor, I really can't allow her to raise ship until maintenance is finished. I'm not surprised. All those arduous battles in both Fairy Britain and Tunguska could easily have thrown her spear urchin a bit off kilter. I guess Foe's not coming along this time either. The good news is, we're still planning on to raise ship MASH over there once the Ortonax maintenance is done. As for your other companion, this time around... You needn't continue dragging this out. It is I, Count Vlad. Indeed, this is a weighty responsibility, but I shall do my utmost to discharge my duty. There are a number of other servants besides Count Vlad who are a match for this race ship, but we can only send 3 in total. Since we are going to send MASH later, that leaves us able to send only 2 for now. Since Holmes was already a lock for 1 position, that left only 1 slot for the last servant. I was chosen after a peaceful discussion. Peaceful, in this instance, means only a bare minimum of blood spilled. Sounds like they decided a winner by fighting to the death. Master, I know the singularity is full of mysteries, but I urge you to not lose sight of our ultimate objective. Becoming emotionally invested in our enemies can lead to lapses in judgment if we are not careful. But I suppose there is little point in telling you that now. You are our master. Do what you wish. I will remain on standby in my spear form. Call for me if you need anything. I, for one, feel better already. As a matter of fact, We will also be race-shifting one more very special guest. Huh? But you said only 3 servings. I did, yes. But the presence of another master will give us a much wider range of options. Scion? Does that mean... Kadok? You got it! Alright, Kadok, it is time for you to earn your keep. That old song. Coming from my, Singularity 1. Yeah. Kadok Semlupus, Master of Team A, reporting for duty. Kadok? But you're one of the cryptors. Yeah, I actually know that. But my Lostbelt is long gone. And I obviously can't escape to Olympus anymore, either. Surrender is pretty much my only choice here. Not that I expect you to trust me just because of that. Hell no, we don't! That's okay. I'll just have to prove you can through my actions. What's with that collar? Nothing gets by you, eh? Go on, Scion. Tell him. Sure thing. That is an Atlas Institute-produced mage killer collar. We will be monitoring Kadok during this mission. If he tries anything funny, the collar will activate and completely destroy his magical circuit. Of course, anything funny includes trying to remove the collar himself. We do not want to kill him. But if he tries to use the collar to intentionally destroy his magical circuits, that is what he'll be. Oh, and be careful when using Magecraft too, since any unauthorized spells could trigger the collar as well. Damn, you guys are brutal. Alright. Damn, you guys are brutal. But fine, I can deal. Kadok. Yeah? It's good to have you on the team. Yeah, okay. First piece of free advice. Mages shouldn't be so quick to offer someone a hand. Our hands convey a ton of information. You're a master too. You should know how important the hand with your command spell is. He's such a typical mage that he's making me remember I'm actually a mage too. Selfrost might be a great master, but he was never really trained as a mage. So I hope you'll keep giving him tips as time permits, Kadok. I will. What about his serious light, Miss Scion? I was unable to remove it, but please keep that to yourself for now. Understood. If the foreign god could activate the serious lights remotely, she would surely have done so long ago. There is little to gain by letting ourselves become overly concerned. Yes, good point. And since the serious light is still technically a command spell, the collar should suppress it before it can activate. Granted, we would prefer to avoid testing that theory if at all possible. Okay, Scion, that's it from me. Anything else before we send them on their way? Yes, just one last thing. We were able to extract some keywords pertaining to this singularity from a hieroglyphic prediction. Not a problem. Revolt. Eyelid. What the heck's that mean? I'm afraid I have no idea either. All we can say for certain at this point is that we absolutely cannot afford to overlook anything in this singularity, and that it is on the same scale as the 7 singularities. I know this might feel like a setback now that we're finally about to take a crack at the 7 Lostbelt, but it's just like Scion said. We'll dispose of this massive singularity, no matter what. Prepare to race ship. Got it. AD XX19 Realm of the Thanatos Impulse Traum. Life and Death of an Illusion. Alright, what's going on? No matter the time, place, or prevailing ideology. There is no venture more difficult to succeed in than war. I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. Death comes regardless of race, gender, or age. The talented, the hardworking, and the lucky all die with shocking ease. When living beings die, they become lumps of inanimate meat. But servants don't even get that much. When they die, they vanish without a trace, as if they had never existed at all. Death, its coming is so mundane, it's enough to drive one crazy. Both heroes who saved the nation and anti-heroes who have harmed countless people are dying for reasons unknown, as though it were completely natural. War never changes. It doesn't matter how much the times change, or how far civilization advances. The final stage of negotiations is two sides killing each other. They have but one goal: rebellion. Not against a king, a god, or even the world, but against proper human history itself. Do you understand why you've been called here? This castle was an unbearable place for the summoned servants seasoned by battle. Any ordinary person setting foot inside it would be driven insane by its blood-red glamour and pitch-black madness. That madness was personified in a beautiful woman who stood before them. No, Lady Crimhild. I can't think of anything that would... Her name was Kriemhild, the queen from the Nibelungen... What the hell is this? The queen from the Nibelungenlied. I would say pronounce it? Nibelungen... fuck me. Nibelungenlied. I think I pronounced it right, I think. The queen from the Nibelungenlied, who swore revenge from her husband's secret murder. Desertion in the face of the enemy. Allowing an enemy to escape. Disrupting the battlefield as part of a relentless pursuit. Speak. I retreated because Ryder disrupted the battlefield. If I hadn't stayed, I would very likely have died. That was an enemy. It was just a child. A tactical error on my part, and one for which I apologize profusely. I see. If we had held out, the city still would have fallen, but my men wouldn't have died needlessly. The penalty is death. Archer, there are no children on the battlefield. Even if there were, they would be servants. If even that escapes your understanding, then you shall die as well. As for you, Ryder... Oof. What? Why? You pretended it to be contrite, hoping to save your life. Because you know what I am like. I have no need for one so shrewd and self-serving. Curse. You're just... a woman, driven mad by revenge. And decapitated. Do you think that is a revelation to me? My. Once again, you made quite a bloody mess. Is cleaning up messes not your job, Zhang Jue, okay. Indeed it is. Or rather, it's my puppet's job. Go on then. Get to work. How go things on the front line? A deadlock. Still, his talent for defense is almost maddening.
Well, he is a renowned hero for a reason. Oops, my apologies.
How fare things on your end?
I've been mustering my Taiping...
Oh my god.
I've been mustering my Taiping and my knowledge of puppet soldiers to the best of my ability. But it's still going to take some time.
You may have all the time and money you need. Just be sure you succeed. Fail, and I will have no choice but to cut your head off, too.
Oh, then I better give it everything I've got, hadn't I?
Well, no matter. What about new servants?
It seems some new ones were just summoned not too long ago. I believe most of this batch went over to the opposing factions.
And what about the righteous realm? Has it moved?
No, it still hasn't budged. The only activity we've seen from his subordinates is scouting maneuvers.
I see. He must be waiting to swoop in after the dust settles and claim the spoils for himself.
They aren't so weak that we could overrun them all at once. But we can't ignore them either. It's a most vexing position to be in.
And in consequence, we find ourselves in this deadlock. Infuriating.
Indeed it is.
Have the assassins continue to keep an eye on them?
Yes, my lady. And one more thing. Your zodiac star was twinkling earlier.
Zodiac star?
It means someone who will have a significant impact on the singularity is about to arrive. Namely,
Chaldea. I see. So they're coming. They're really coming. What to do? What am I going to do about them? How can I best make them suffer? How can I best make them grieve? In the end, I will behead them, of course. But before that, I must be sure their punishment is truly spectacular. How dare some common mage use us as familiars?
please calm yourself, my queen. They are still prisoners of war, and our society's rules do technically demand we treat them hospitably.
Hospitably? I never consented to playing by any such rules. Oh, very well. Have the Chaldeans monitor until we know more.
I'm afraid we don't have the scouts to spare.
Then recall some of the assassins we sent to spy on the righteous realm. Have them keep an eye on the Chaldeans for the time being.
Understood. Are you guys done talking yet?
Oh wait, Salome? Are you guys done talking yet? Salome, I'm surprised to see you out of the torture chamber. Torture? I don't know anything about that. I just want heads, that's all. Oh, never mind. Now, what is it? What's Chaldea?
Oh. Well, to make a long story short, I would say they're
our enemies. Nothing more. Nothing less. So, you're going to fight them? I'm going to kill them. Oh. Well, if you have any important heads you want to keep, would you let me hold onto them for you? Onto them for you? I'll consider it. I doubt I will, though. Really? That's too bad. Okay, I'm going out for a bit. Want me to pick you up anything? Maybe, some sacher torte? It's really good. No, thank you. Okay, bye.
Are you sure she should be allowed to run about, doing as she pleases?
That's the way of life she sought as an anti-hero. There's nothing to be gained from denying her. The important thing is that she's a strong fighter. Let her have her fun.
As you wish. The preparations for the experiment have been completed, Lord Sangjue. Great. I'll be right there. If you excuse me, my queen.
How irritating. This is all so irritating. Chaldea, the king, the emperor. I can't stand any of them. It's all that hero's fault. I might just fall apart if he isn't summoned soon. Come on. Hurry up.
That concludes my report, sir.
Constantine, alright.
Thank you, Lancer. You may go. Yes, sir.
Yet more heroes' lives have been needlessly lost.
Please don't be sad, Your Holiness. As the Pope, you are right to grieve, but that is as far as it should go. These heroes are all willing to lay down their lives to bring you victory in this war.
I really don't think I'm worthy of such a great sacrifice.
One cannot determine their own worth. That is for others to decide. You may deny yours, despite yourself, or blame yourself for your undeserved fairy tale fortune all you like. But we, your loyal subjects, will continue to love and respect you. Is that such a burden?
Honestly, yes. Yes, it is.
Well, that's a problem then.
Personally, I'd rather die happy and smiling than continue on like this.
I'm sorry, Your Holiness, but we're not about to let you die. We all pledge to keep you alive, and I consider it my sworn duty.
And that right there is exactly why this is such a burden. But fine. Whatever. I don't care anymore. Whatever happens, happens. But can I at least ask you one thing, Emperor?
What is it?
Those atrocities you and the others are committing, are they all to make my desire come true? Or are you putting your lives at risk because you want to do these things?
That's a difficult question. If that really isn't what you want, then I can offer you my own life for what it's worth. As the Emperor of a dying empire, I doubt it will be much.
No, you're right. I hate to admit it, but part of me does yearn to see what happens next. No, I must see it. I have to.
Is that the voice of your lord?
I don't know. My lord's messages can, at times, be complicated. And not that an insolent like me can't hope to understand them. Then again, it could be that
That's enough, Your Holiness. Only discord and blasphemy lie that way.
Huh! Well, that's rude. I'll have you know that... I'll have you know I understand my place very well. Thank you very much.
Do you? I have my doubts about that.
Alright. I'm going to go worship, like I always do.
By all means. Don't wait up for me. I need to discuss strategy with my subordinates.
Fine. Oh, and can I say one last thing? Try not to do too much evil scheming, okay? It'll ruin your good looks.
Well, I'll be damned. I guess it's no accident Her Holiness was appointed Pope after all. But I'm afraid I'm not done with evil schemes just yet. We are here, Your Imperial Majesty. Good. Let's begin with your report. Yes, my liege. A medium-sized force from the Revenge Realm attacked us 3 hours ago. They attempted to seize the Tower of Trigonio for themselves. Fortunately, the 30 Archer-class servants you had stationed there drove them away by unleashing all of their noble phantasm at once. I see. So it played out just as I expected then. Yes, my liege. Unfortunately, 10 of our other servants were killed when they tried pursuing the retreating enemy forces. I thought I told them to maintain our defenses, not to get pursued. You did, my liege. But several Rider, Berserker, and Lancers classes decided to disobey orders. They were clearly trying to steal a march on the enemy, and... So, you're one of the servants who violated a chain of command and went off on their own. Forgive me, my liege. If you could do it all over again, I trust you would make a different choice. Yes, my liege. Do you expect mercy? I... Sorry to scare you. I understand. Sorry to scare you. I understand. As a warrior, instinct drives you to take advantage of opportunities for glory in battle. I couldn't ask my soldiers to suppress those instincts any more than I could ask them to stop breathing. I forgive you, and I ask that the rest of you go easy on them as well. This should go without saying, but achieving great things is your top priority. Even that means occasionally disobeying orders. Yes, my liege. Very good. Next. These two were caught fighting. You know that fighting between servants is forbidden, especially in this realm. I therefore sentence you both to the rear guard during the next battle. Alright, you got your sentence. Now move! I'm the last one. Oh, I'm surprised to see you here. You've always been such a model soldier. What could one of Alexander the Great's own have done to get in trouble? Well... Unforgivable. You have done the one thing that is absolutely forbidden in this realm. We will not tolerate proper human history. Only rebellion is permitted here. There can be neither collaboration with, nor mercy for the enemy. I thought you understood that when you chose to stand with us. What? Yes, we are heroes. Beings whose struggle against were swallowed up by, or outright disappeared into the flow of history. The shackles binding us to protect humanity are gone, and I cannot forgive proper human history. Though I admit it is a completely one-sided grudge. Nonetheless, this realm is a home for those who share that view. Something must have gone wrong with you when you were summoned. You're the ones who'd have gone wrong. Perhaps, but I cannot stop now. I'm off to worship. Leave me. Yes, my liege.
I'm not wrong. I'm not lost.
Normally, her prayers would be for others, not herself. Prayers should be for others, for something larger than oneself. That is how it should be. Though, through devotion, you prove who you claim to be. But this time, her prayers are for herself. Her sins are not sins. Her atonement is not atonement. And yet, paradoxically, that devotion is the only thing bearing fruit. It is that paradox that brings her suffering she is powerless to stop.
Please, grant me salvation.
She murmured her wish under her breath, unsure to whom she should direct it. I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh no, it's fine. I only just began praying myself.
Is something wrong?
It's nothing. Alright, I think I'll pray for you next.
She prays to help shoulder the burden of his sins, even if doing so stains her own hands with blood. I'm sorry. But as sorry as I am, I can't think of any other way. That concludes my report. According to the caster analysis, the other two realms' battle ended in a painful draw.
Damn, no they didn't get beyond skirmishing. I guess they're still just as wary of us as ever. What do you think, Roland?
Of course they are. Our faction may be the smallest, but our forces are just as strong as theirs. If we were to attack them with everything we got, we walk away with the lion's share. And above all, our realm has none other than Charles the Great. Yeah, who cares about Kriemhild and Constantinos? Charles the Great is the only true emperor.
You hear that, Your Imperial Majesty?
So there's 3 factions. Okay.
I do.
We fear neither the vengeance-crazed queen, nor the emperor who failed to protect his nation. So says Charles the Great.
The fuck is this shit on chat? Dude. I don't care about that. Chat looks like it's botted. Trying to rip me off, so no. Doesn't care about watching my stream. They're just trying to like promote and scam me, so nope. But I guess I'll have to report it later because this chat looks very suspicious. It is filled with bots. They're not really verified humans, so I'll report it later by the end of the stream. Anyway.
Whoa! That's our emperor for you! Indeed. We will wait until the end before we make our move. A true emperor should never act in haste. Charles also says to tell the assassins to dedicate themselves to their training and to step up their efforts even further. It shall be done, my liege.
Either Roland and I will head out next, Your Imperial Majesty.
I see. Roland, go get him. I'm honored, my liege. I'll leave straight away.
Hey, Roland, don't forget your signing this time, okay?
That only ever happens to you.
So, how's it going?
It wasn't easy, but we survived another day. What a relief. You did great, sir.
Are you sure? Are you sure? All I said was, indeed, and I see.
There is nothing wrong with that. Sometimes even a few brief words can speak volumes. And frankly, if you were to say more than that, your imperial aura would be somewhat diminished.
Is it just me? Or are you saying I'm not much like an emperor? It's just you.
If you say so. But never mind that now. The scouts are getting increasingly nosy. We won't be able to keep this charade up much longer. With the renowned Charles the Great refusing to show himself for so long, people will naturally assume that he's either gravely inured or harboring some awful secret. But if I just pranced on out there, they cut you down before you could say hello.
Well, that sucks for us.
This is no laughing matter.
You think? Because it seems to me like our relief is for something to happen that will keep them from suspecting the king. Say, for example, a fourth faction showing up. I got a hunch that things are about to change. Now's our chance, so we should send lots of scouts to make sure we don't miss it.
Your hunches do seem credible. Alright, we'll send out the scouts. Let's add riders and casters to the usual assassins. Our defenses should hold out for a while, even if we assign them to other classes. I hope you'll help us too.
You got it. Sir?
Yes?
I feel this will be a crucial turning point for you. Please try to stay on top of things.
Of course. I'll show them exactly what I'm made of. Well, my name isn't Charles the Great.
You're getting into Perilla's territory, sir. Remember, if they discover the truth, they'll have your head on a spike.
So,
So, you must be both cautious and bold. Is that clear?
indeed. Now then, if a fourth faction is about to get involved, it would have to be them. I wonder what's going to happen.
Sorry.
Frickin' ow! That's hot. So that's how ray shifting feels, huh?
No, that one was kind of odd.
Right. There was clearly something different about it compared to our usual ray shifts. Well, this is my first, so I've got nothing to compare it to. Well, this is my first, so I've got nothing to compare it to. I'll just have to trust you guys to figure out what's wrong. Master, are you able to contact Chaldea?
Yes, Mash here. On comms from Chaldea. Are you okay, Master? We noticed there was an odd tremor during your ray shift.
We're fine.
That's a relief. Right. I can confirm that you and Kadok are both unharmed. It looks like Holmes and Vlad made it there as well. According to Shiba's observations, there should be a small town nearby.
Is that where we go first? As in all matters, we begin by gathering information. We must learn all we can, even if we must take a few risks to do so. Well, that's the textbook answer. But first, let me ask you something. Can you use suggestions?
Suggestion? Damn it. Second. Sorry, I was checking on my phone. Anyway.
Guess that answers that. So, this entire time, you've just been going around, running your mouth, knowing the locals will think you're either crazy or dangerous.
Well, at least his Mystic Code does have some mage crap built in to dispel some of that incongruity?
Whoa, really? I had no idea.
Me neither.
Seems like the kind of thing you probably should have told him about sooner. But, whatever. Alright, I'll use charm suggestions on the locals. You think up what you want to ask them. Will do. So, where exactly are we headed?
The town is due north of you.
Then let us be on our way. It's a shame we don't have any horses. I'll bring up the rear then. Soapbras, Kadok, you two stay in the middle. Sure. Holmes? Oh yes, my apologies. I'll be right there.
A clear blue sky that seems endless. A gentle breeze rustling pleasantly over the plain. Everything is quiet and peaceful. It made a horrible feeling of dread take hold and refuse to let go. It was not Caddox and Lupus who experienced that feeling. Nor was it Soapfrost, or Vlad 3, or even Sherlock Holmes.
but despite her misgivings, she still had no choice but to send Sopros and his companions to the Singularity. Boy, that was such a long introduction right there. Nice. Oops. Nope, wrong one. Okay, well, I'm skipping it. God damn it. Okay, where are we right now? Interstice Town. The whole town's been destroyed. And completely deserted as well. This won't do. There's something here that troubles me more than the lack of people. How accurately can you analyze this debris, Mr. Semlupus? Want me to analyze it? Like, measure how old the materials are and stuff? Guess so. While I do have some degree of familiarity with the subject, I can only do so much. Certainly nothing compared to analysis that employs complex magecraft. We needn't settle for my amateur attempts since we have a mage with us. Now I see. Not really my specialty, but I can give it a shot. You basically just need me to figure out this stuff's archaeological period, right? Yes, that would do nicely. I suspect that this debris was created through magecraft rather than human hands. Magecraft? Well, I say debris, but I mean the entire town. But let's wait for Mr. Semlupus' analysis before I say more. Is this some kind of joke? What is it? The short version is that Holmes was right. This whole place was made with magecraft. Probably a caster territory creation, or something like it. A normal mage would really struggle with something like this, but a caster could do it pretty easy, I think. This town would seem to be of mid to late European design. But as I suspected, something isn't right. While it does appear to be this deserted, as Count Vlad said, I can discern no traces of anyone ever having lived here to begin with. The hell you talking about? Think of it like a movie set. There are faint signs of use, but nothing like the wear and tear one might expect to see over time. I don't know if it was a mage or a servant, but someone built this whole town in an instant. That is my working assumption. I see. That's unusual, but not outside the realm of possibility. Then let me ask you something, detective. Please do. Even if a servant, or something similar to one, did create this town, what destroyed it? Well, we can certainly rule out wildfires, as well as any other natural disaster. What we do see are holes, likely from arrows, in the walls, nicks from swords and other blades, and ruts from wagons laden with heavy supplies. A scene we are all too familiar with. Servants fought a battle here.
I thought so. Master, everyone, please be careful. I just picked up some servant signals, and they're headed straight for you. Hold on. Getting a total now. There. There. Nash? This can't be right. Da Vinci! I see it too. This isn't a malfunction or any kind of glitch. So fast, listen to me very carefully. There's an army of servants closing in on you. Did you say an army? I did. There are about 100 of them, and they're all servants.
What? Let me be certain I heard you correctly. You're saying these aren't beings that rival servants in power, but actual servants. Is that right?
That's right. I've rechecked the readings several times. Now hurry up and get out of there, or hide. No. Now I'm seeing another servant army. It's about the same size as the first. Another one?
It would seem the two armies mean to surround this town.
Please hurry. They'll be there any moment.
Alright, let's hide. Kadok, Master. Since neither Count Vlad nor I are assassins, I doubt we'll be able to completely erase our presence. And if we stay together like this, you'll be even more likely to find us. I would like you two to hide somewhere separate. Count Vlad and I will find our way. Count Vlad and I will find our own way to get through this. If worst comes to worst, use a command spell. If nothing else, that will allow me to turn the situation around.
Got it.
Also, there's something I would like to ask of you. Something Count Vlad and I will be doing ourselves. What's that? Pay attention to the servants headed this way. Try to find out what they're thinking and what they're trying to accomplish. What we need right now is information. Every action they take, every word they speak, could be invaluable. Will do. Thank you, Mr. Silkfrost. Then we shall meet again later. This ought to be far enough. Now let's dig a hole to hide in. Shall I bring some more rubble? Good idea. This should be big enough to hide us, but not so much that it looks out of place. Got it. That should do it. Okay, Silkfrost, get in and stay put. A mouse hideaway, a cat's shortcut. At times, shallow thinking can trump wisdom. What was that? A camouflage spell. I don't know if it'll work on servants, but it's better than nothing. Wow, that's amazing. Are you kidding me? It's one of the most basic spells there is. I haven't even able to cut down my chanting time for it, so it's too slow to use on short notice. But I guess that doesn't matter now. Anyway, it has some soundproofing built in, but keep your voice down anyway. I've heard there are different schools of magecraft. So what? Want to know more about mine? If you don't mind... Why not? Not like it's gonna last much longer. Hell, it's practically dead already. And it's not like telling you about it's gonna change anything. It's anti-beast magecraft. That was meant for fighting. Well, wild beast. Humanity has always been its own worst enemy, but beasts are a close second. An ordinary person could never beat a wild beast with his bare hands. So it's not really a shock people came up with magecraft to help with that. So you can probably guess how it fell into decline, yeah? Not much need for spells to track or chase animals these days. Plenty of substitutes for that. Of course, these spells can still come in handy against wild beasts. But then, there aren't all that many of them out there anymore either. That's what happens to all magecraft eventually, though. Spells change with the times. either becoming crazy strong or so weak they're useless. Didn't you ever think about giving up being a mage? What? No. I can't believe you're even asking that. Next piece of free advice. Asking any normal, halfway decent mage a question is a fast way to die. You're basically telling them your whole life is pointless. Why don't you just die already?
I didn't mean to.
Not much I can do to you right now. Not with this collar. Sorry, that was uncalled for. I should probably work on how snippy I get. One of these days. Anyway, think we've run out of time to talk. I tried to get us as far away from town center as I could. Now we just have to hope they don't find us. They're here. According to our scouts, we'll be facing another medium-sized force. The plan is to hit them with the full volley of our archers' noble fantastism while the riders flank them on both sides. The sabers and lances will keep them pinned down in the center and attack while the riders have them confused. Make sure you all have your noble fantastism ready to go when you need them. Can't believe it. They really are all servants.
What do you think their true names are?
No clue. But they're all from different eras and countries. That much is clear. So how the hell are they operating as a single army? Damn it. I can't believe it. What the hell kind of singularity is this? For that matter, how can there be this many servants? Ley lines. Even holy grails can only summon so many. Could they all be rogue servants?
The kind without masters.
Yeah. You must have run into several of them across all the singularities and Lostbelts you've been to. I'm talking about servants that are exceptions to the rule. The kind summoned from their ties to a land or a holy grail. Remember Beowulf in the Russian Lostbelt? He was a rogue servant. But even if that explains how they got here, it doesn't explain how there could be so damn many of them. I mean, there's 200 servants right here between these two armies alone. No wonder the town didn't survive.
We might not be safe even out here then.
Hopefully, I picked a spot far enough from the battlefield. At least, they're not actively looking for us. Oh, screw it. At this point, where's Sarah?
You sure you're not just giving up?
Maybe a little. Sorry. I'll try to remember that we've got a common interest now and act like it. Looks like they're about to get started. Archers, at the ready! Wait for it! Wait for it!
It's like red and blue faction fight.
Now! Command spell loaded. Activate Noble Fantastism. First Phantom Spirit levels, then Heroic Spirit levels. Command spell loaded. Activate Noble Fantastism. Lightning Longbow. What? Archers, to the rear! Hurry! We inflicted minimal losses. Damn, they must have heroic spirit level caster buffing them. Alright everyone, this is it. Hold your ground!
Heroic spirit level?
Keep your damn voice down. But yeah, I wonder what he meant by that too. Hold the line here too. Shit. Can't hold much longer. Keep shooting. Buy as much time as you can. We're taking massive casualties. Riders, are you still not ready? We just arrived at the designated coordinates. We'll charge them right now. What the? What is it? A squad of assassins just ambushed our right flank. It's going to take some time to regroup. Left flank here. We can't get through the caster's bounded field. We'll need time to regroup too. Our charge won't be nearly as effective if we don't coordinate it. Damn it. I'll never be able to face Lady Kriemhild like this.
Kriemhild? Isn't Kriemhild? Yeah, I know about her too. She's a hero. No, a legendary figure. Those guys were completely on the defensive. What changed?
Urgent news! The Constantinos army from the reinstatement realm is in disarray.
Alright, 1 second.
Urgent news! The Constantinos armies from the reinstatement realm is in disarray.
Alright.
That's it. That's what I like to see. Alright, let's swoop in and take the spoils for ourselves. Maybe we should wait a little longer. Like, right until they're about to be defeated? No, let's not. The Revenge Realm's already been hit pretty hard. We need to at least get some good licks in with the Reinstatement Realm too. Now, let's go. That's it. Keep it up. We've almost got Kriemhild's army wiped out. I have an urgent message. Charles the Great's armies from the Righteous Realm has joined the fray. They've struck our rear guard from behind and sowed confusion among our ranks. Damn it, not again. They've got Roland from the Legend of Charlemagne leading them. They're mowing down our rear guard like grass. Retreat! Fall back to the Reinstatement Realm. There's no way we can't win a fight on two fronts. Assassins, use your smoke screens. Archers, lay down cover fire to buy us time. Keep firing! Longbows, crossbows, guns, whatever you got. Don't stop except to reload. Constantino's servants are in retreat. It's time we followed suit. Casters, hold position until the riders catch up with us. Then I want you to alter the topography.
Alright.
Then I want you to alter the topography and cut off any would-be pursuers. Understood. Do it! Kriemhild's caster had transformed our surroundings into sweep.
Okay.
Kriemhild's casters have transformed our surroundings into a swampland, Lord Roland. We could have our caster freeze the swamp and go after them. But I think that's enough. Both sides suffered heavy losses, and we got in a few good shots at the Reinstatement Realm soldiers too. The forces of Charles the Great's righteous realm are the only ones walking away unscathed. Now, let's cheer our victory. Yeah! Be naked rocks! Yeah? Did he really just say that? Shut up. Look, I want to say something too, but this isn't the time. Must have been imagining it. Alright, troops, retreat! Tonight, we're going nude till mornings. We're going nude till morning. Nude? It's alright, Mr. Silfrost. Mr. Semlupus. You can come out now. Phew, that was a close one. They never even came our way. I'm afraid you two were just unlucky. Unfortunately, that also means we couldn't overhear anything. Most of the town may be destroyed, but a few buildings are intact. Let's find one such building and review what we've learned.
Young Emperor.
Now then, I could certainly do with a spot of tea. Bars pretty much only have booze, so I don't see that happening right now. Though I do enjoy a good glass of red wine, I don't think I could do so in this rundown tavern. I'm afraid my drink will have to wait until another time. Alright, you two, tell us everything you saw. Even the smallest detail could be of great importance.
I see. Armies comprised entirely of servants, huh?
I've dreamed of such fantastic sights before, but I never thought I would actually see such a thing for myself.
Even our database says that 7 against 7 is as many servants as have ever fought each other at once. We've seen edge cases where multiple servants were involved, like the final singularity, but that's exceedingly rare.
Indeed. Even putting aside the importance of that battle as a crossroads for humanity's survival, it was nothing less than a miracle. But there's never been anything else close to the large-scale servant versus servant warfare we just witnessed. Fascinating. Truly fascinating. I only got a quick look, but I saw they had longbow archers from around the 100 Years' War. There were also some samurai-looking warriors, going from their armor. I guess they were generals from Japan's Warring States period. Some of the archers used matchlocks, and other servants looked like cowboys straight out of the Old West. I couldn't get a good look at the casters, though. They either had their faces covered or were using some kind of perception blocking. So, these armies consisted of all 7 classes from a wide range of cultures and regions. Probably. Aside from that, I also heard them say something about heroic spirit levels and phantom spirit levels. That must be referring to the spirit urgent ranks. With more than 200 servants in total, it's understandable that not all of them would be heroes of great renown. Given what you told us, Kadok, it would seem these servants are not heroes who took part in famous battles, but little-known humans who would normally never be summoned as servants.
Maybe so, but they're still servants.
I see.
Why did you go out of your way to confirm that, Holmes?
That. Because there is a great difference between a demonic beast as strong as a servant and an actual servant. It's far from pithy, but it's more accurate to define a servant as a heroic spirit with a master. Though, of course, that definition can be applied quite broadly. For example, under this definition, we could say that the land itself serves as a rogue servant's temporary master. But I digress. My point is, no matter how weak or strong a heroic spirit may be, as a rule, they cannot exist as a servant without a master.
Then what's the story with those servants?
That is the question, no? Who could their master be? Or does there exist some manner of exception to the rule, which is permitting them to exist without a master? So it's still too early to say, huh? I'm afraid so. I still need to dig a bit deeper.
We also heard them say revenge, reinstatement, and righteous. Indeed, that all sounds very important as well. Perhaps just as important as how those servants came to exist. The Revenge Realm, the Reinstatement Realm, and the Righteous Realm. These names no doubt reflect each faction's particular bent, and there are other things we can presume based on the different names you've heard. Kriemhild of the Revenge Realm. I believe we can confidently. My nose. I believe we can confidently say she is the Kriemhild of the legends about Siegfried. She is most likely a saber or a berserker, though we cannot rule out a venture. The fact that she has formed an army of heroic spirits means that she is either highly intelligent herself or has an intelligent second in command. Constantinos of the Reinstatement Realm. There have been a few men named Constantinos in recorded history. Let me rephrase this again. There have been rather a few men named Constantinos in recorded history, but I suspect we are dealing with the 11. Constantinos Exi is said to be the last emperor of the Byzantine Empire. I must say, I find the choice of reinstatement for his faction's name intriguing, but we can leave that for another time. And finally, Charles the Great of the Righteous Realm. Now that is quite the name indeed. If we truly are talking about the Charles the Great, then I would say his victory in this war is a foregone conclusion.
I'm inclined to agree. Neither Kriemhild nor Constantinos can even begin to compare to him.
Is Charles the Great really that, great?
Did they not teach you anything in school? Anything at all? Charles the Great is all over European history. He's got to be one of the most famous people in the world. He was the king of the Franks and the first Holy Roman Emperor to inherit the mantle of ancient Rome. He's even known to many as the father of Europe. You do know how a servant's strength depends in part on how famous and mystical their heroic spirit is, right? Well, that pretty much put Charles the Great up in the highest tier of servant.
However, some things don't quite add up for me. For example, the Righteous Realm's manner of fighting.
What do you mean?
You told us that the Righteous Realm stood back and let the other two sides exhaust each other before swooping in, and that they then chose to lead the battle shortly afterwards, so as not to exhaust their own soldiers. What do you make of their tactics, Count Vlad?
Inarguably effective. However,
go on.
This was a clash between two medium-sized forces, and a fairly one-sided one, at that. Had the Righteous Realm's army chosen their timing more carefully, they could have decimated both other armies. If I had been leading their charge, I would have waited until the other sides were a bit more entrenched. You said that the Reinstatement Realm's army was heading the Revenge Realm with full force to deny them an opportunity to surround them in a pincer movement. In which case, the Righteous Realm's forces should have easily been able to obliterate the exhausted Reinstatement Realms. Even if the Reinstatement faction had chosen to ignore the Revenge Realm in favor of fighting back against Righteous, they were too far into enemy territory to mount a successful defense. By that point, the Righteous Realm's archers and casters could inflict significant damage on the Reinstatement forces without even bothering to aim. So from everything you've told us, it would seem the Righteous forces' timing was slapdash. At best.
What if that timing was a deliberate choice?
Is that what you think?
I don't know. But if we assume that it was, I can think of several possible explanations. That said, I can't speak with certainty on any of them at this point.
Yeah. Okay. I see where this is going. Now is not the time. It seems I've been beaten to the punch. Now then, as for their objective. Rogue servants summoned by the Holy Grail powering a given singularity have generally worked in service of humanity. That, at least, has been what we have seen thus far. Most of the heroic spirits summoned in rituals such as the Holy Grail War have been on humanity's side, as well. But of course, heroic spirits come in all shapes and sizes, in multiple senses of the word. In addition, when they have a master, their master's personality affects their own. Both the inevitable nobility of heroes and the naked cruelty of monsters reflect that person's true nature, and are recorded it as such. Is there, like, a point to you just repeatedly telling us all shit we already know, Holmes? This is going somewhere, right? My apologies. What I mean to say is, the present state of affairs would normally be unthinkable. Hundreds of servants forming armies and acting in concert, regardless of whether they are good or evil. What's more, they seem to have set aside any regional, national, cultural, and ideological differences to do so. In one sense, that sounds like a perfect world. But the fact that their unity is in service of a war between their three kingdoms, or perhaps realms is a better word, is anything but cause for celebration. Where does that leave us? Are these guys our allies, or should we be treating them as enemies? Maybe we can form a temporary alliance, like you guys did with me. I certainly hope at least one of these realms is on our side. We must be exceedingly cautious in our approach, though. Never before have we faced anything like an organized army of servants. There is only so much both Holmes and I can accomplish on our own. The force we saw earlier would almost certainly have been destroyed in battle against any one of the realms.
No matter how you slice it, the sheer numbers are too much. And on top of that, they also have their noble fanaticism.
Prepare yourself, Master. We have enemies here. What? Huh? Enemies? I'll be taking thy head now! I'm afraid not. Assumptions.
Enemy servants detected. I'm so sorry I didn't even notice. I didn't notice sooner, Master.
Damn, they're using presence concealment. No wonder they got to jump on us. How did Flattery notice them then? Oh, right. He must be sensitive to the smell of blood. Worry not. We can take them. Are you ready, Master?
Ready.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand over here. No reason for me to get in. All that. By all means. I assume you're here to track down stragglers. I don't expect your answer, but I may as well ask. What realm are you from? As I thought. Well, it matters not. The fact remains, you are my enemy. So I will show you no mercy. Come, let me show you how sharp my mournful sticks truly are.
Okay. We're gonna activate that teapot thing because it's expiring 17 days. Need to get it done.
出陣します。私の後に続きなさい。はち切れそうでしょ。あまり悩ませない。決めたのに火薬のどこから潰したものか。我は闇に織田家の伝承とて。 き放題扱ってあげましょう。
宝具か承
目に
知した。
映るもの、目を背けないで。
我が内にある杭を解放しよう。風来る
そう、いいでしょう。私の足元で許しを乞いなさい。落ちよ、ロードレスキャメロット。
Easy.
ベイ。血をすすろう。これは報酬である。
There was servants? Right. Forgot about that. They are. Kinda look like it, but it's just NPCs.
That power. That command spell. You're our enemy. It's over. I would say that was all too easy. But several things about them give me pause. Can you analyze that combat data for us, Da Vinci? Da Vinci.
You me? What was that? I can't hear you over all this static. What was that? I can't hear you over all this static. I'm sorry, Master. A huge burst of static interference broke out when you... Okay. I'm sorry, Master. A huge burst of static interference broke out when your battle began. We weren't able to collect any data on it, let alone offer advice. Is that like what happened in Fairy Britain? No, I don't believe it is. It's similar to be sure, but it feels slightly, yet significantly different. Fairy Britain rejected the very idea of proper human history, and by extension, electronic devices that came from it. This was just ordinary interference. A great deal of it, to be sure, but nothing that will hinder our equipment's core functionality. So we should assume there are different mechanisms at work here than there were in Fairy Britain. Look at you, the big shot detective, huh? Why, yes, I am. A consulting detective, to be precise. Getting back to the battle we just fought. Tell me, Master, or even Kadak some lupus. Did you notice anything strange? They had command spells. Yeah. They were outfitted with command spells, just like we are. Though, unlike normal command spells, they were only meant for support, just like the Master of Chaldeas. They had just enough magical energy to let them use their noble phantasm at a moment's notice. So then, who gave them those command spells? That is indeed the question. If it was a master, then we can be sure that master is no ordinary human. We know these servants used their command spells repeatedly in that earlier battle, as well as the one we just fought. Clearly, they were not bound by a 3-use limit. Nor did I see any signs of them using a missed magical reactor or something similar to recharge them. And not even the most talented mage could create something like inexhaustible command spells. Yeah, not even Krishtaria could have pulled something like that off. And even if another mage of the same rank were alive and well here, it'd be just as impossible for them too. Then where did their command spells come from? They look like they came from the sky. The sky, Alright, let's avoid drawing any conclusions. For the time being. We still have far too little information to work with for that. We did learn one thing for certain here. They see us as their enemy. Which means it is extremely unlikely they will be amenable to joining our side. Then what should we do now? Good question. As I see it, the obvious answer would be to look for a servant willing to help us, and a local who can tell us more about this place. I'd say we need at least one of those two if we're going to make any headway. What do you think, Holmes?
That would seem much easier said than done, I'm afraid. First of all, I expect it would be fiendishly difficult to track down a servant who would be willing to help us, seeing as apparently all other servants here are engaged in warfare against each other on clearly defined sides. I have little reason to believe we will have much luck with the locals either. Why is that? Take a look at the remains of this town. Why was it built in the first place? I suspect the answer is simply to provide a battlefield on which the factions may kill one another. Naturally, this being America, I'm sure there were local people here at one point, but they were most likely either collateral damage in the conflict or simply fled the area entirely. Regardless, we can safely assume we will find not a single local here. So of the two options, our only viable one is to somehow find a servant whose interests align with ours. I admit this choice may be unseemly, but what if we were to torture a captured servant for information? Torture is a notoriously unreliable means of gathering information, so I would very much prefer if we kept things as peaceful as possible. If you say so.
Master, it's a special alert.
The special alert? What is that? What are you talking about?
Oh, right. Sorry, Caddock. We forgot to tell you about this. It's an alert we came up with for a very particular breed of servant, based on all our combat data to date. It looks like all that time Muramasa in particular spent accompanying us had paid off in spades.
You don't mean... I'm afraid it's just as you fear, Caddock. Da Vinci is referring to the disciple of the foreign god. With Limbo and Muramasa's gone, that just leaves Grigori Rasputin, or Kotomin Kirei, as the case may be. But why would he show up here and now? What is this? Something's telling me that's not the case. But Rasputin is the only disciple left. No, wait. Don't tell me. I do indeed sense another servant here. Show yourself, disciple of the foreign god. Ah, it would seem I am being called out. I suppose I had best oblige. That's not Rasputin! Oh my god. You! Delighted to meet you, Holmes. Ah, but at this tender age, I ought to address my elders more appropriately. Mr. Holmes? James Moriarty. You gotta be kidding me! Ah, so you met me before then. That will save us some time. For those of you who don't know, my name is James Moriarty. I'm a mathematician. A consultant, and, just as you suspected, a foreign disciple. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this on the section 3 and then I'm gonna call off because it's gonna be such a long talk with the introduction stuff. Well, not introduction, but the cutscenes and stuff. For a story on progression. The crime of proper human history. Upon answering the summon, I was greeted by a being on an unfathomable scale. Oh-ho! Aha! I see. Soon,
I understood everything I needed to do. Both the knowledge that flowed into me and the power I now commanded it told me all I needed to know about who I am. Very well then. I will gladly follow those orders. I am James Moriarty, the Napoleon of a crime and foreign disciple, and I will do exactly what I am meant to. What is it you want, Professor? Calm now, Mr. Holmes. No need to be obtuse. I want to eliminate you all. As far as I'm concerned, Taldair is no more than an eyesore. As I said, I am a foreign disciple. A foreign disciple? How is that different from a disciple of the foreign god?
Is that so? But you know, you?
Ah, yes. Forgive me. But I have no interest in addressing myself to a broken doll. Be a dear and give us some room to talk, yes?
He's jamming our connection.
Now then, we have Sherlock Holmes, as we've already established. I presume this distinguished gentleman here is Vlad III. And finally, we have Cadox and Lupus, and Soapfrost.
I'll ask you only one more time. What is it you want, Moriarty?
What would you say if I told you I was here to dispose of a traitor?
I'd say I'm flattered. Then I'd laugh in your goddamn face because holy shit is the foreign god petty. But that's not why you're actually here, is it?
Of course not. The foreign god has no interest in you whatsoever.
Imagine my relief.
For that matter, you don't even qualify as a traitor. The foreign god was only ever interested in Custodia Wodime, and Custodia Wodime alone. The rest of you were just the toy prize in a box of Custodia flakes. Am I wrong?
Hell if I know. Why don't you ask the foreign god? Custodia flakes?
No, there's only one reason I've come to you.
Run! All of you! Whatever you do, do not fight him!
Ah, Mr. Holmes, you really have gone soft. The real you will have understood my plan before I even showed up. Kazikli Bey. Oh, I know I got him, but he's still unharmed. Is that all Vlad the Impaler can muster? As a foreign disciple, I was given two abilities. One of them is, frankly speaking, unimpressive. But, as the saying goes, it is not the size, but how you use it.
He took Vlad Street Noble Phantasm head on, and he's not even scratched. What the hell kind of ability does he have? Based on the data that showed me, he must have some kind of divine spirit ability, just like Limbo and Muramasa. Come on, Kadok. Think. You can figure this out. Moriarty's completely unharmed, even though Vlad hit him dead on with his Noble Phantasm. It's not that he's instantly recovered. It's more like he was never harmed in the first place. I can't be certain, but if I don't figure this out, I won't be able to forgive myself.
I confess, I don't relish the idea of relying on another's power to destroy you, even if that other is a god. Apologies, that was a lie. This is actually exhilarating.
You are a grade A asshole, aren't you?
Word. I see. So even though my attack hit him, it was all for nothing.
That ability of yours.
Can't figure it out, can you, Mr. Holmes? In fact, you can't figure out a single thing about me. I'm afraid the reverse doesn't hold true. I can tell exactly what you're thinking and how you act. The difference in our power couldn't be more pronounced. I can do anything I like to you, and you're helpless to stop me.
Oh, no you don't.
Nice try.
Why is he touching Vlad's head?
To be clear, Mr. Holmes isn't the only one of you I'm reading like a book. I can tell exactly what every one of you at Chaldea will do before you do it. I can't move. What is this power? Chains? Rope? Mystic eyes? No, it's nothing like those. These restraints are binding me from the inside out. My very will to move has been completely cut off. Tell me, Soprast, have you ever played shogi?
A decent amount.
I see. I enjoy it myself. My favorite part is how you can steal your opponent's pieces for yourself. There's the power of the demonic beast fighter. You need those quick reflexes and even quicker decision-making skills when facing vicious, wild animals. But you're still too late. You gave up your best option when you failed to drop everything and run the second you saw me. Partake of the rebellion. Bastard! I don't know which realm you'll end up choosing, but I do hope you'll make a name for yourself there. Hero of Romania. Count Vlad! Stay back! This is bad. Very bad. Rebel. Rebel. Now I see. So that's what happened to those servants. Detective! Count Vlad. I'm about to change sides and rebel against humanity. One can never tell what fate will have in store for you, but you must accept it all the same. However, the one thing I hate more than anything is being forced to do another's bite. The one thing I hate more than anything is being forced to do another's bidding. Oh. Cacique. It seems some of these more prominent servants have rather strong response than I expected. I would never have expected him to bind himself with his own stake rather than submit or die. What's more, there was a tactical master stroke as well. He gave them all time to flee while he used his noble fantasism. No, even before he did so. So, they abandoned one of their servants to save their own skin, No, wait. One of them shouted something about coming back to save him later, didn't they? No matter. I'll just have to go after them. Although... You there, servant! Who are you? Oops, took a little too long here. Still, that did buy them some time. Now it's just a matter of finding out where they ran off to. Not that it will make any difference in the end. Not when the revenge, reinstatement, and righteous realms are all still rebelling against proper human history. What are you talking about? Yes, my apologies. I do hope you'll forget everything you saw here. Or, in simpler terms, die.
Alright, we're gonna have to do another time for that stream for Lostbelt 6.5 Traum. Man, really such a long story for the introductions here. Just getting started. I'm at section 4. Anyway, that's all for tonight. I'll see you guys in the next part of the live stream for this FGO. So, peace out, and have a good night.